Hi friends. So many of you have been asking me about the ready to drink protein shakes that you can get. And I know that a lot of people rely on them. A lot of moms turn to them. I'm doing a series of reviews on these. Well, my biggest problem with these ready to drink protein shakes are that many of them contain carrageenan, which is a chemical that is used so that it doesn't separate, but it also is inflammatory, it can cause gut issues, and it is a known carcinogen. That being said, as long as you're not drinking these all the time, every day, your body's magical and it will help you get that stuff out. I am rating some with carrageenan and prefer to recommend the ones without carrageenan. Also gonna go off taste and price. So the first one I'm gonna try is made by Raw. It even says right on the side, it's carrageenan free. 150 calories, 30 grams of protein. I'm not a calorie counter, I don't believe in it, but I do want you to try and get to 30 grams of protein every time you eat, if possible. I really like that there's MCT oil in it because I really like that as a source of energy and fat. There's only 4 grams of carbohydrates in it, 1 gram of sugar. I also really like that. All of these are gonna have some weird processy ingredients. It's a processed food. First and foremost, we need to recognize that, but turn to them sometimes. We want to try and get you the information you need to make an educated choice on which one you want to buy. This one is probably the best in terms, for me, recommending in terms of ingredients. It is the most expensive. It was $6 for one bottle. So price comes into factor. This is pricier. And we're going to go on taste. I chose vanilla because that's what I would choose. I like vanilla milkshakes. So we're going to taste it because ultimately that matters more than anything else. It doesn't taste terrible, but it is crazy sweet. Just think there's sucralose in it, so, you know, an artificial sweetener. Just think they might have went overboard with it, but I might even water this down a bit. This one has great ingredients, a little pricey. Okay, reporting back. It was so sweet I couldn't drink it, so I cut it with some of this Manitoba flax milk, but really, really good. No carrageenan in that. You have to watch for that in nut milks too. And once I took a couple sips of this and added that in, then it's fine. It's not as sweet and it's drinkable and the flavor's there. Just a quick update that Raw protein, ready to drink protein shake didn't give me a headache and didn't make me crash and didn't make me feel off, which often happens to me with artificial sweeteners like aspartame or sucralose, as opposed to I really like stevia and monk fruit. And also no bloating, didn't mess with my guts, no gas. Hi friends, we're continuing on with my reviews of the ready to drink protein drinks that everyone's really into right now. The next one I'm doing, number 2, is the Fairlife Core Power. I'm reviewing this because it's one of the most popular ones. It's one of the ones that you're gonna find at a gas station or a convenience store. So if you're in a hurry, it may be one of the ones you turn to, which is probably part of its popularity. It's also a bit controversial because there is new research out that shows that it's very high in phthalates, which phthalates are things that can affect your fertility, mess up your hormones, lead to insulin problems. And it almost seems like these studies are, you know, how much do you need to consume before it becomes terrible for you? But they don't really talk about that part. So a lot of times it's just a bigger serving size or way more than you'd ever have that can cause this damage. That being said, if you choose to have these every single day, multiple times a day, that might be you. It might be messing with your health. So it is something to think about. When we're looking at the ingredients in this, it has 6 grams of carbohydrates, 5 grams of sugar. This one is also lactose free, which is interesting because most of them are made with milk. And this one does contain carrageenan, so that's another red flag in terms of what's in it. Remember, carrageenan is inflammatory, can cause gut issues, is a known carcinogen. But I am reviewing some with carrageenan in them because, again, the dose makes the poison. If you're only turning to these sometimes, life is going to happen. 1 or 2 here and there aren't going to kill you. So I'm reviewing the ones with carrageenan in them because they often come in at a lower price point. They're often in places where you shop the most and you're more likely to interact with these or consume these. So I want to include them. This one has 26 grams of protein. And if this is your first time tuning in here, I'm only drinking the vanilla because that's what I would drink. Also, I mangled it trying to pre-open it, so that's good. So I'm just gonna open it, then I'm gonna give it a shake. I'm all cozied up because I'm taking an online course this afternoon, and it's from 1 to 4:30 on a Friday. Like, how rude. But anyways, all shaken up. We're gonna drink it. Again, vanilla, lactose-free. Buy it at a gas station. Great taste, great taste. It is not crazy sweet. That raw one was so crazy sweet to me. And this one tastes delicious. It's not too sweet. It tastes vanilla-y. Yeah, I really like the taste of this. I can see why people love this. Again, the taste is probably contributing to it being more popular. The other thing I like about this is, regardless of what something is sweetened with, when you have that really, really burst of sweetness in your mouth and in your system, your body starts to crave it more. It wants more of it. So this will be helpful in terms of, getting those sweet cravings, because sometimes when you drink something or eat something really sweet, then immediately we want something else really sweet. So this will really help with that. You saw with the raw one, I had to cut it with nut milk to make it drinkable. This one, I'm gonna have no problems drinking the whole thing, and I'll report back on any gut health issues or bloating or gas, or if it makes me hyper and crash. Hi friends, so just in my office taking this online course that's on Friday, which is lame, but just wanted to give you an update. I feel fine, I'm not crashed, I'm not bloated, I'm not gassy. Hi friends, today's ready to drink protein drink shake is the Quest Vanilla. I chose this one because, hey, it's carrageenan free, but it's also available at Walmart sometimes. It's a bit more readily available than some of the ones that are more, I would call them high-end health. They're luxury health options. So this kind of rides the wave in the middle in terms of price point and is in a lot of convenient locations that people use often. Carrageenan free, like I just said, so cool, because those two things don't often happen, where it's readily available, easy to afford, and carrageenan free. 30 grams of protein, 3 grams of carbohydrates, only 1 gram of sugar. It is flavored with sucralose, so we'll see what the sweetness is. But this is the highest amount of protein we've seen yet. I like that it's a Tetra Pak and not a plastic bottle. They are cleaner than the Fairlife that we tried, but the raw has a bit cleaner ingredients. But again, there's gonna be mostly processed, not that amazing ingredients in it, but we're using it as a convenience food. We're just gonna try and not use it every day or every meal. So we're gonna try it. I like this one. Like the Fairlife, doesn't hit you in the face with sweetness. I still prefer the Fairlife flavor better because I get a bit of that weird sucralose aftertaste in this one, even though they're both flavored with sucralose. But this one has a bit of a weird aftertaste. But other than that, the flavor's on point. I like the ingredients for the most part. Carrageenan free, 1 gram of sugar, 3 grams of carbohydrates. Why I care about the carbohydrates, especially the carbohydrates from sugar in something like this, is that when you consume sugars, high carbohydrate foods or sugars as liquids, they hit your blood sugar super fast. So they get, a super spike in your blood sugar and then most likely a crash, even if there's protein in here, So when you consume sugars and carbohydrates as a liquid, again, they're gonna hammer your blood sugar hard. But yeah, I'm not against this one by any way, shape, or form. And yeah. Hi friends, I'm back and we are testing out these ready to drink protein shakes that are so popular these days because I've had a lot of people reach out to me about them. Sorry, I look like this. I just got off crushing some lengths. So as you can see, I have the goggle intense in my face. My hair is all over the map and I smell like chlorine. But we're trying the Simply Protein. I hope this one tastes the best because it comes in for me the best in terms of ingredients, except for one thing. This is controversial and you can argue with me, but I'm not a big fan of plant-based protein in terms of how your body reacts to it. That there are people out there who do great on a plant-based diet, but I find the majority of people, women specifically, do better when they do eat some meat or eggs or cheese. Again, this is not something that you want to consume for every meal. It's a convenience food designed for when those times get crazy busy and tough. They're not designed to replace every meal that you eat. I really like this brand, Simply Protein. 20 grams of protein, so not as high as some of the other ones. It's carrageenan free. One of the things that this has that all of the other ones fall short on is fiber. This has more fiber than all of the other ones combined. It comes in at 17 grams of carbohydrates, which is a lot. It's a lot for a drink. Specifically, if you've been watching these videos, you know that when you drink your carbohydrates, they hit your bloodstream faster, they make that spike higher. However, it has 8 grams of fiber in it, which means that it's going to help slow the absorption of that sugar into your bloodstream. We went with vanilla. This one is dairy-free. It is gluten-free, which I didn't notice on any of the other ones, but I can't imagine why they wouldn't be gluten-free. I'm not sure. But I'm hoping that this one tastes the best because in terms of ingredients, this is the best one. And it was also $13 for 4 of them. So I will share my Amazon link and we're going to do the taste test. There's a hint of something else in there. Vanilla and something. I can't put my finger on it. But it doesn't have a weird aftertaste. It tastes good. I'll report back in terms of how it makes me feel in a bit, in terms of bloating or gas. But I do really, really like this one. It's sweetened with stevia as well and not any other weird things. The other ones were sweetened with, some of them were stevia and monk root and sucralose. Unnecessary. This is delicious. And if you're going to keep them in your fridge to have on hand, I can't imagine you can find these in convenience stores or anything, but this is something to order, keep in your fridge. If you need protein in a rush. And remember, these are supposed to be once in a while things, not everyday things. So this one, so far, my fave. We got one more to go. Hi friends, last one. So this is Premier Protein, ready to drink protein shake. Again, I'm doing them all in vanilla because that's what I would buy. And this one comes in 1 gram of sugar, 30 grams of protein. Apparently it has 23 vitamins and minerals. It does have 2 grams of fiber, so that's a little bit more than the rest. It is artificially flavored and sweetened with sucralose. Again, there's a lot of weird ingredients in this one. There's a lot of weird ingredients in all of them. But again, this one has carrageenan. I'm not into recommending products with carrageenan, but again, the dose makes the poison. If you're only going to have these once in a while, to kill you or anything, but highly recommend staying away from it because carrageenan is inflammatory. It can mess with your gut. It is a carcinogen, and a lot of kids react poorly to it. So have a child that gets stomach aches after eating ice cream and stuff like that, could be a carrageenan issue. So we're gonna taste this. We're gonna see where it comes in at in terms of flavor, because really, if it's gross, you're not gonna drink it. What this tastes like. Tastes exactly like, I don't know if I was the only weird kid on the block, but those vanilla, I liked the tapioca, that's why I'm the weird kid on the block, but those vanilla puddings, it tastes like a vanilla pudding. In terms of flavor, it's cool. In terms of ingredients, again, it contains carrageenan, but I do like that it's lower in sugar. I'm not a huge fan of sweetening things with sucralose, but this one doesn't taste too sweet. A lot of times it does. And again, we're gonna taste again. Yeah, just like those vanilla pudding cups I used to get when I was a kid. I like the tapioca one. Hi friends, so that concludes our taste test of the ready to drink protein shakes. So I'll go over my results. So the one I would recommend the least is this raw one. It does have some cleaner ingredients, but it's more expensive, and it was so sweet that I had to cut it with nut milk just to drink it. So I don't know why anybody would turn to this for convenience, because that's what we're doing, right? Like, they're all gonna have some weird ingredients. These aren't whole foods. They are processed, refined food, but we're human and we're gonna need to lean into this sometimes. So we are trying to figure out what's the best choice for us based on what's going on in them and how they make you feel. My number one, my absolute number one, is this Simply Protein. It's got fewer grams of protein than the rest of them, but it was good for flavor. It has cleaner ingredients. It's carrageenan free. So this is number one overall, but absolutely number one of the carrageenan free ones. What I like about this, it does have a few more carbohydrates than the rest of them, but it has fiber. So it slows the absorption of what's in here into your bloodstream. And that's important because when we drink our carbohydrates, when carbohydrates are liquid, they're gonna hammer your bloodstream really hard and really fast. So it's going to cause a spike and drop in energy. This won't do that because there is protein, fat, and fiber in this one. Comes in at a great price point. It's available from Amazon. I'll share the link. And it's, it's the one I would recommend the most. Plus it comes in a Tetra Pak. So a little bit kinder to the environment than most of them. Coming in second for me overall is this Quest. Clean ingredients, carrageenan free, again, good price point. Flavor isn't as good as some of them, but it's not terrible. It's not, it's not undrinkable, whereas I would say the raw to me was undrinkable if I was drinking it alone. Oh my God, I just did all of that. Sorry guys, I'm trying to keep the glare off my lenses. Third place, I would do this, the Fairlife, the Core Power, the one that's everybody's doing online with their coffee and their Diet Coke and blah, blah, blah. And the reason this gets third, it has carrageenan in it, but it has a great flavor and it's not too sweet, which I really like. And it's a decent price point, and you can get this at convenience stores. So in terms of it being ultra convenient, it is. It was in Shoppers. It was in the grocery store. It was at the convenience store next to my house. It was all the things. Carrageenan, it can alter your gut. It can cause inflammation. It is a known carcinogen, and it can really mess with kids' stomachs. And again, it's a once in a while food. That's what it's designed for. Coming in fourth place is this Premier Protein. Again, it's at Walmart. It's a better price point. It has a really nice vanilla flavor to it. It has carrageenan in it, sweetened with sucralose. Just stick to once in a while. Not too bad, but I always try and avoid carrageenan whenever I can. But of the ones with carrageenan, this comes in fourth place overall, and it comes in second place of the two that had carrageenan in them. And the last one is this raw, this one that's supposed to be the cleanest, because I actually cannot believe how sweet it is. It's crazy. This isn't too sweet for you to drink. I would address why, to be very, very blunt and honest with you. Simply Protein, really like it. Comes in a Tetra Pak like some of them. Good flavor, has fiber, and every single one of these ready to drink protein shakes made me ravenously hungry afterwards, except the Simply Protein. And that matters because you are drinking these. You want to drink these because you don't have time, because it's convenient, because you can drink it on the go, because you can drink it as you're running out the door, because you can grab one while you're filling up your gas tank. But it totally defeats the purpose if you're going to be hungry an hour later. And I'm not talking, I need to eat now. I'm talking like break down the door, need to eat. I was in an online course after I drank the Fairlife one, and I had to leave mid-course to make myself something to eat because I can't remember the last time I experienced that intense I need to eat right now. And I have a really good handle on my cravings. I very, very rarely get cravings. And if I get cravings, it's like, ooh, I want ice cream, not like, oh my goodness, I need to eat. Like I don't get hungry like that anymore. And I used to get hungry like that when I ate a lot of sugar, a lot of refined sugar, a lot of candy, a lot of things like that. So, and it's the hunger that's going to make you eat anything, not, oh my God, I need to eat. Let's get to my salad. Like, give me whatever's in front of me. So I do think that that's something to consider, that know that if you're going to drink these, it's going to make you real hungry. So maybe keep some nuts on hand. Maybe always keep nuts in your car. Maybe, I don't know, any other foods that have fiber and fat in them, they're going to help satiate that. Nuts are the best because they have protein, fat, and fiber in them. So they're probably the best bet to keep with you to help support this when you do get ravenously hungry, because I promise you, you will. Highly recommend Simply Protein. I'll share the link to Amazon. Easy to get, good price point. I think they were $13 for 4, which is less expensive than all of them, I think. And yeah, I really like that there's fiber in here, and it's the only one that didn't make me crazy hungry. So even though it has less protein at 20 grams, it served the purpose it was supposed to as a meal replacement to get me to my next meal satisfied. So highly recommend this one.